Good evening. There are renewed calls for the RCMP to formally apologize for its actions and inactions during Nova Scotia's mass shooting. An internal memo obtained by the Globe and Mail newspaper indicates some top brass wanted that to happen shortly after the Mass Casualty Commission released its final report months ago. CTV's Bruce Frisco reports.
Everyone has to be accountable for this.
It was an overriding sentiment as the Mass Casualty Commission released its long-awaited final report at the end of March. The massive document did not formally recommend an official apology from Canada's National Police Force, but did lay bare the force's mistakes in handling the 2020 mass shooting, saying the RCMP should adopt a policy of admitting its mistakes. That night on CTV News, the Assistant Commissioner of the force in Nova Scotia got close to that line, but never quite crossed it.
And we've apologized to family members that the response wasn't what they particularly needed, and for that I am truly sorry.
But it appears there were pressures to do more from inside the RCMP. CTV News has not independently confirmed its veracity, but the Globe and Mail reports an internal RCMP memo to the head commissioner stated, quote, "It's imperative that the RCMP acknowledge its failures and display a willingness to be accountable for them, and should do so in, quote, a timely and decisive manner." A lawyer for some of the families of those killed says the silence implies resistance to change.
The real issue is more about how it becomes an impediment to implementing meaningful change.
Well, I wish I could say that I was surprised, but I'm not.
In fact, this criminologist believes the force is reluctant to admit fault for fear of legal jeopardy, eroding public confidence, and what Michael Boudreau calls arrogance in the top ranks.
And this is another microcosm of that their heads are in the proverbial sand, that they just can't see that they've actually made mistakes that tragically in the Nova Scotia situation cost people their lives.
The office of the newly minted Public Safety Minister, Dominic LeBlanc, says it expects the RCMP to make an official apology. A spokesperson said in an email that work is well underway and is being done in collaboration with the RCMP. While the force says it made changes even before the Commission's final report, critics say there's much more left to be done.
Now, naturally, we did ask the RCMP whether an official apology would be forthcoming, but we got no formal response before deadline today. However, in an email to CTV News last month, an RCMP spokesperson said a significant public update would come this fall. And of course, fall is just a little better than 3 weeks away, as you know, Todd.
It certainly is. Bruce Frisco with us in the newsroom starting us off tonight. Thank you for that, Bruce.